We've all had those little and big missteps in our lives. What if they weren't right or wrong? What if they're just choices on the way to consciousness? Welcome to the Missteps of Consciousness TV show with Hayden and Julie.
Hi there, world. We're live streaming the Missteps of Consciousness. Hi. There's the intro over.
Hi, Hayden.
Hi, Julie. How you doing?
Hi.
We have our lovely guest today.
So the misstep. Oh, hang on. Let's bring it back to the show before we go to Michelle. So the Missteps of Consciousness TV show with Hayden Glover and Julie Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And today we've got our special guest. Hayden, who is it?
Michelle
Do you know
Edhouse.
who our special guest is?
Yeah, Michelle. Michelle Edhouse.
And
Our
who
friend.
is she?
Our
Who
friend
is
from
she
New
to
Zealand.
us? Come on, hang on. Who is she to us?
I remember her as being the really happy lady from the first Being You class I went to, and she was like smiling, and she completely changed throughout it. That's how I know her. And then she waved at me from a bus.
You know what I remember of Michelle? Her beautiful breasts that just glow. Her face too, but her breasts, nice, very nice. So, and
We're talking of unlocking happiness.
Hayden wasn't going to mention that.
Oh.
welcome Michelle to our show, and thank you for being a guest. And today we're going to talk about, because Michelle is an author and she's just written this amazing book. I've read it 6 times now, and I just love it. It's Unlocking Unhappiness, and it is amazing. And what I actually want to, what we're going to talk about is from the start, when she started writing it, to the end, and what was the journey with creating this book. So, go on.
You have the floor. Michelle and
You have the floor. I like that. You have the floor.
Just the big dun dun.
Oh, sorry, I was waiting for a question. Hey guys, so grateful for being here, and thanks so much for inviting me. The Unlocking Unhappy book is my book that I released at the beginning of September. Crikey. It really is the very short version of the tools that I use to unlock the places that I was really, really locking myself up. I kind of look at being unhappy as being in a jail. And you see other people out there and they're all happy and bouncy and bubbly, and you're sitting there going, but it can't happen to me because I'm behind these bars. I'm locked away. And it's one day I just made the demand. I was like, no, this is changing. I have the tools. I am not going to live like this anymore. And so I literally picked up my phone and I started to facilitate myself. I talked my way through all the crap. I taught myself the tools that I had known for years, that I've been facilitating other people with for years. And I just I literally wrote the book by facilitating myself out of that prison of unhappy. So it was so much fun, because I got to the end of it and I went, oh, what am I going to do with this? And I got a girlfriend in the States to transcribe it for me. And she said to me, you can just hear you getting happier, your entire being expanding and having more joy and more space and more peace. So, it says the one tool that set me free, but it's full of tools. It's got a tool on almost every page.
Holy cow. That's awesome.
Okay, so I like I said, I've read the book 6 times, and I would say I'm going to read it more than 6 times. So what's one tool that you could give people that haven't read the book, who are looking for something different, who actually does feel like they're in a prison and feel they're locked down. What's one tool out of the book? Because there is so many tools in that book.
Oh, let's ask the book, what tool would it like to tell them?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the chapter that it's opened up to is the who does it belong to tool. It really is. Look, see? I'm not joking. The book is telling us who does it belong to really is, and I've actually just recently written a bit of a blog about this, about dealing with neighbours, actually. And who does it belong to really is based on the fact that we are aware of what's going on around us. I mean, how many of you walk into a room and you just know that somebody in that room is in a really shitty mood? They're just really grumpy, and you're just like, oh, God, now I've got to deal with them. I mean, we do. We all get that. We all have that sense of what's going on for other people.
Yep.
So, as Dr. Dane said on the foundation class in the last few days, he says, so what stops us from making the step from, oh my God, I know they're unhappy, to why am I feeling like crap right now? It can't be mine. Like, because it's not yours. You're perceiving other people's stuff.
Yes.
You really are. And it's this space of, I feel like shit. It must be mine because I feel so bad. And when you ask that question, who does this belong to? Is it mine or someone else's? If it lightens up, if it gets more expansive, more joyful on the someone else's, it's not yours. Just return to sender. I love that old song. Return to sender. Da-da-da-da-da. Not my problem. I send the crap right back.
Before my time. I've
What
never
you're
heard
saying is...
Yeah, before my time too.
Wow,
sorry.
that's
My
like
parents'
Elvis
time.
Presley. Elvis Presley.
I know who Elvis Presley
Come on,
is.
Julie, we're showing our age.
So what you were saying is like we pick up, we perceive so many different thoughts and feelings and emotions from other people. And
Yeah.
so who does this belong to is like, it's not ours. So it's a tool of really saying, you don't have to buy it, you don't have to own it, you don't have to wear it like a mink coat, and you know, so wow.
Absolutely. I mean, I wrote the blog about the neighbours because I can actually tell when they're coming home from work. I can actually sense them about 2.5 to 3 kilometres down the road because I start wanting to drink. And I'm like, I enjoy a drink, don't get me wrong, but like just the constant, oh my God, I need a bourbon. It's just not my natural state. But I start getting there, and within about, 5 minutes, they're pulling down the driveway. I'm aware of them. I'm aware of people all around me. So if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, my head hurts, my body hurts, oh, I shouldn't have done that last night. And I'm like,
Who
what
the
did I
fuck
do
does that
last
belong
night that I shouldn't have done?
Yeah, I like that, Hayden.
Who the fuck
Who
does that
belong to?
Exactly. Whose hangover do I have?
Well, like Michelle, you're saying that, like first thing in the morning, I get all these thoughts, and I'm like, wow, who does that all belong to? And who am I picking up, and what am I picking up? And because we're so aware of not just the people around us, we're so aware of even the people in the town, and people from other towns. We're just like, psychic SpongeBobs. Is it SpongeBobs?
Yep.
Like
SpongeBob, yeah.
soaking, we soak things up.
Yeah. It's,
We do. Yeah.
it's pretty impressive how much abilities we have in this area, even though our entire lives we've been told, no, it's just your thoughts. You're just crazy, basically. But it's literally everyone. It's awesome.
It is. And you know, the really funny thing is that it's half the time it's not even theirs. You know, when I'm aware of the crap going on next door, they're actually in the acting out what they're aware of from someone else, or they've been aware of somebody else somewhere else in their life being that. So the cool thing with that return to sender is that you're not just returning it to the person you're perceiving it from, but you're returning it back to the people they perceived it from, and 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 they perceived it from, all the way back to that weird dude that lives on the top of a mountain 5,000 years ago that went, you know, I'm going to think crap right now.
This is my life.
And then everyone else started perceiving it and thinking it. It's like,
But I
it's
even
really
wonder,
cool.
what if it was even ours, like thousands and thousands of years, and it's just like boomerang.
You created the crap,
back.
Julie. It was you sitting on that mountaintop pretending to be a man.
Being a sage, being a yogi sage.
Okay, so we're going to use a tool to clear
So
that.
I'm happy to uncreate and destroy it. So if you want to do the clearing, say I'm happy to let it go, be free of it. So if it was me creating from it as a yogi sage, I am happy to be free of it and uncreate and destroy it all.
Everything
You
that
wanna-
is. Times a
Who
Godzillion.
wants to do the clearing statement?
You want to do it in sync? Alright. Everything that is, times a Godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC.
Good and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyond.
The internet is great.
You stopped in the middle, Hayden.
Oh, wow.
Stop
Thank you.
me.
I knew. How cool is that? My brain feels even more like I'm like really relaxed now. Thank you for that.
Awesome. Yeah.
And all those people in between. Yeah.
So what's another?
Sorry, go.
I was going to say, what's another tool in the book that we can talk?
Are you trying to get me to read the whole book to people?
That way we get it for free, and all the audience get it for free as well.
It's not that big. It's a tiny book.
That's a massive book for some.
We could talk about anything else. Maybe just what about one more tool?
Can I?
So
Well, you just use
teaser.
You just use one of those tools just then. There we go. Look, my magic wand.
The magic wand.
The magic
What
wand
do we
of
know?
consciousness.
Isn't that choice?
Awesome.
Well, yeah, but it's choice to let it go. Like, you know, when we say the clearing statement, well, the first part of it is, will you destroy and uncreate it? And you actually have to choose, yes, I will. And then the clearing statement can do its magic. But if you go, no, I'm holding on to that, that's your choice. So we always have choice. Every time somebody runs a clearing, you can actually choose to go, no, fuck it, I'm keeping that. I like that. I like what that's creating right now.
Cool.
And
Hayden,
you know,
we don't know anything about that.
No.
Not choosing to
No,
choose.
we've never done
Or
that.
won't want to choose and not going to choose. Oh, we don't know anything about that.
Everything that is, times a Godzillion, destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Woo! Cool.
Oh wow! Yeah, thank you for that.
No problem. Here to help create.
and that's something that I never realised when I first started coming to Access, and you know, the first couple of classes that I went to, and they were running these clearing statements, and everybody in the class would go, yes, and I'd go, yes, okay, that's what we say now, okay, cool, right, that's what we say. It was almost like this indoctrination. It's like, and then somebody said to me in a class one time, you know, if you don't want to let it go, that's okay. And I went, oh my God, I've got a choice. I can actually, I don't have to say yes like a zombie, like it felt sometimes. And I realised that the times when I looked around and went, I'm saying yes like a zombie, like the rest of them, was the times I actually had wanted to say no. The times that I actually didn't want to let go of that shit. I liked that shit. It was still working for me. Yeah. And that's the really cool thing about the Access Consciousness tools. Yeah. They are tools. If you want to use them, you can use them. If you don't want to use them, you cannot use them. Or you can pay lip service to them and go, yes, when actually you're saying no. And they won't work because you're actually energetically saying no. And that's okay. And nobody's going to judge you for not choosing to change it because it's all about choice. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Well,
did the sun go down in your house, Julie?
She's gone to the dark side.
Yeah, and we don't have outdoor lights in. Well, I don't know. We do have outdoor lights. I'm just turning into a vampire.
Just in time for Halloween.
I'm turning into the darkness of the night.
Well, we've got me over here that's the bright white vampire type, and you're got this real orangey red glow going on. It's quite cool.
Oh, I'll be part of the crew. Let me in the clique. Oh.
I know, you're in the middle. Hayden, you're in the middle. You've got this lightness and nurturing, and then you got me going dark. So this is really cool. I was asking for something different, so we're creating a whole different platform on our show.
Definitely different.
How does it get any better than that?
Hayden, can I ask you a question? If you had any questions to ask Michelle about writing a book, because we're just about...
I'm glad you clarified that, because he was about to ask me what bra size I am.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll keep it on the book topic.
If there was any question you could ask Michelle about writing a book, what question would you ask her? And then you can ask me that question, or whatever. Not bra stuff, not bra size.
Well, I was going to ask, you did it in 6 weeks. Like, that's unheard of. How did you, what did you expect?
Is that correct? That's what I said. I remember you saying 6 weeks. Is that correct?
I have to be really honest, and it took me actually, well, it took me longer to make the cover than it did to write the book.
Yeah.
It actually only took me 45 minutes to write the book.
Wow.
Honest, I mean, it is a small book. Okay. But literally, it was a 45-minute dialogue with myself about changing from unhappy to happy, and that's what's in the book. It literally is a transcript of that self-facilitation session. And because there's only one person talking, there's no he said, she said kind of thing that normal transcripts look like, but it literally is a transcript of how I facilitated myself out of it, and it took 45 minutes. So, you know, the people that have been going to therapy sessions for the last 15, 20 years, 3 times a week, and I say I facilitated myself out of unhappy in 45 minutes, they might not believe that, but it's true.
You have
and literally that's how long it took to write the book. It probably actually took me longer to write the paragraph at the back about the author. Like that was just like, what? How do you write something about yourself? The actual physical book itself, if anybody is wanting to write a book and has judgments of themselves and writing, I highly recommend the tape recorder or cell phone. Record yourself and get it transcribed. Then it sounds like you. It really does have your voice.
Super easy.
And it gets it down so quickly. It's so easy. In fact, I'm about halfway through writing my next book. It's going to be a bit bigger. It's about parenting. There's a bit more to cover, you know. But it is. I failed English at school. I failed because the final exam was writing essays, and I can't write for shit. So I do remember that. I remember hearing Gary Douglas saying that he doesn't write his books, that they are transcripts of his classes, and the further on the books have gone, the more they become quite obviously transcripts. But even those early books were transcripts. He didn't sit down and type them out. And typing is just, I don't have time for that. So 45 minutes to write a book. In answer to your question, 45 minutes. It probably took me about 4 hours to create the cover.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The cover.
it's.
And I find it's a book that you can give to your clients. Like, this is something when I see clients and they're saying, wow, I've got all this stuff, like all this stuff going on, and what your book shows, that these tools can really facilitate you out what you did. Like, you can facilitate with these tools by choice too, and it is about choice. So, you know, this book is it's a great way for people who are feeling stuck, nothing's working for them, they've been going to therapy for 30 years. I find it's a great way. It's something that I'm starting to, you know, I've got a client coming next week and I'm going to give her the book, because I think, sell her the book, not give her the book. I'm sorry, I'm sure that came out. So it really, it's very cool.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny. I've had a couple of clients come through since I've had the book that have brought somebody with them, you know, waiting in the car or something. And I've actually said, here, do you want to read my book? You know, just really light and guess what? I wrote a book. Do you want to read it while you're waiting? Yeah. And they've sat there waiting for their friend to have their bars run or their facilitation session, and they've in the hour read the book, and they come in and they're like, I'm going to buy this on Kindle. I need this for this is this what you do? And you know,
Where can they get the book, Michelle? Where can they buy the book? I know you can buy it soft copy from Amazon. Where else can you buy the book?
At the moment, it's only available on Amazon. You can buy the paper copy as well as the Kindle version on Amazon. But to find it with real ease, just go to unlockingunhappy.com, and then there's links on there to buy it from there. So, really easy, really easy.
Hayden and I are going to start doing a weekly book club with the Missteps of Consciousness, and we're going to actually feature your book to the whole world. So so we're going to give out the link where they can buy it. So to be a part of it is to buy the book too. A part of.
So you mean people have to read a book a week? Is that how a book club works?
It can be, yeah. The way we're setting it up, Hayden. Yep.
Yeah, we will talk about it later.
That means you guys have to read a book a week.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we read the book, and we're going to talk about the book. And we're going to talk about the authors, and if we can get the authors onto the book club. So, you know how Oprah, she brings the authors on, so we really want to promote every different books. And so we've read it, I love reading books, and it's really cool. So reading it and then really showcasing and really featuring. That's what I get, featuring different books.
Because there are
You know.
so many books out there.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
you're one of our books that are going to come up at the start.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
Come to the dark side
Because you
with
can
us.
read this one in a week. You can read this one in a week. It's small enough. No matter what you're doing, you can find 45 minutes to read a book.
That's one of the coolest things of it, is it's like a survival kit. A survival guide, which is just like, oh, here's a bunch of tools. Oh, you're suddenly much lighter. Enjoy.
Yeah.
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 It's a survival guide from survival to thrive. When I read it and with the tools, it's like, wow, you can, everywhere that you've been surviving, these tools, can really assist you to start thriving in your life. And like when you are happy and choosing happiness, and you are thriving, you don't have to survive anymore. So that's what I found. That's what I found the book really assisted me. And I always had a smile at the end. Happy book.
Wow.
Well, I got Grace Hart to read the book before I published it. And I actually put on the back of the book her little thing that she wrote to me afterwards. And she said, I've just finished reading your book and I'm sitting here in a warm glow with no barriers. It's like I've been set free to be me, to be happy. Now, like, even if 1 in 100 people that read the book come out with a result like that, I'm just like, yes. Like, my target is to show people that there is a different possibility and that it can be easier than you ever imagined that it could be. We spend so many years piling the poo on top of ourselves
Again and again.
to get ourselves into that unhappy and just to be able to go, ta-da, I'm free, is like most people don't even imagine it's possible, and it is. It's so easy.
It really is. With the access tools in your book and you being in the world, being the gift.
Yeah.
Of happiness.
Yep. Being the gift.
Cool.
Well, we're
Very cool.
Wha-
nearly at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to ask our amazing guests?
Oh God.
Because I've got all black.
I know.
You can see my hands.
Good luck.
It looks like I'm in a prison. Look at this. Let me out. Let me out. I could do some really good promo. Like, hey, I'm behind the jail. I'm unlocked. Let me out. Oh, yes.
I apologize, everyone that's listening to the podcast. You're just gonna hear these crazy noises coming through.
Yeah, well, guys, live stream, because we're podcasting this. I'm actually all black right now, and so every time I come to the light, come to my web camera, you can see my white face and my white hands, and then I disappear in the darkness. Oh well, someone must just put a light on, because can you see my face now?
Yes.
All right, good. Let's get back to the show.
Well, good question.
Very cool.
What would you like to say?
Well, can I thank you? Like, just thank you for that. Even though
No.
you... No.
Oh,
okay.
you're not allowed to.
No, okay. No. Too bad. I'm thanking you. Thank you for being willing to put that in the world and just stepping up to that. Like,
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
this is a big thing.
Thank you for being the gift.
Yeah.
Thank
That's what
you.
I'm saying. Thank you for being a gift. She's amazing. She's not just like an author. She's a mother. She's a wife. But not just that. She's an IT specialist. She builds websites. She is just the information this woman has about, it's just amazing. It
Even
really
with-
is.
Even with all that,
It really is, Michelle.
she's also her. Like, you be
She
you. with
is
it.
her.
Yeah. Like.
She's
Yeah.
a powerhouse.
Yeah.
She's a powerhouse.
I'm even an
Really
artist.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's an artist. Yes. I I remember the paintings from New Zealand. Yes.
I just finished a new one. Do you want to see it?
Yes, yes, please. Well, yeah, yes, please. Hayden, would you like to see it?
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's reminiscent of your beautiful country.
Aw, look at the little
God,
koala.
it's like it's alive. Have you sure that you've just taken a koala from Australia and then put it on the canvas?
We've got one of your kiwis. It's
Like,
fine.
it looks like a lot. It just looks alive. It looks like 3D. It's amazing. And that's
Cool.
just not talking bullshit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look at the nose.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. with the
Okay, so
foundation.
anyone who would like to have her art, just contact us through the show and we'll put you in touch with Michelle.
Easy.
I have a website for that too.
We can
Okay,
plug that.
could you tell us your website?
It's Mickey Art, which is MECEART.com.
Easy.
Awesome.
Cool. So,
Well, thank you for being on our show.
thank you, Michelle.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
For this craziness we are. You just, it was so cool. Who have we got on next week?
Will.
Hayden? Oh, we have got Connor O'Hill on next week.
Cool. He rocks.
Awesome. And who else we've got? Oh, Daria. We were supposed to have Daria, but Daria is probably going to come on this coming week. Who else? And Michelle, we did ask Glenn about you doing a sex and relationship show with us in.
That's right.
Yep.
We're dragging you back.
I hadn't
naked.
heard anything, and so we are going to have Michelle back onto the show in a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, and with her husband, and we're going to be talking about and having a conversation about sex and relationship, and just probably a conversation that isn't usually talked about, and it's really talking about the things that some people don't really talk about. So that's going to be our show in a couple of weeks. Yes, Michelle.
She's like, ooh, sex, I like this. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, get ready. Unclose yourself, strip off, get into your beds because we are going to be in our beds, naked, in front of the world. Notice my face actually brighten up, and we're going to show off the world. We're going to have a conversation about sex and relationships.
Cool. That's getting me right.
And Julie promises to have the light on.
Yes. Well, you can facilitate me around that.
So from 3 vampires, the light, the dark, and the daywalker, we all say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next week.
Thanks for having me.
And that's another week done and another great episode. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as Hayden and Julie did. See you next episode.